Back to an analog world, bro.
Hello.
We're here. We're here. We're jumping in. Yes. Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Look what I'm drinking, man. This thing is so good. We're not sponsored by them either, but I'll just. I mean, not like anybody's like watching, but this is a delicious blood orange tangerine sparkling water.
Spindrift.
So I'm not saying the name.
Oh,
Not unless they send me a hoodie.
Oh yeah, right. We start getting sponsored. Sponsored by
Spindrift. LaCroix. Yeah. Welcome to Animation Mentors live, our live stream. We're doing everything, right? We're on the YouTubes, we're on the Facebooks, we're on the Instagrams, we're on. Are we Twittering? Are we Xing?
No Twittering. LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Cool. So we're all over the place right now.
Yeah,
we're all over. Heffa says hi, by the way. She's
Oh, look it.
She loves watching TV. She sees me on there right now, and so she's like totally like
mesmerized. That's hilarious.
So yeah, here we are. We're doing our thing.
Yeah, and I do apologize. We had some technical difficulties starting up here, so we're a little bit late. So we'll make up for the time, hang out with you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. For some reason, I can't see myself, but I'm told I'm on camera.
And he looks great. He looks great, right? Official J, hello. Arlie Animates, hello.
Yep, and I don't have the chat on my side either. So yeah, there's a couple of weird things happening on my end. Got a Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah, we adjust. The Ghost in the Machine. One of my favorite albums by the Police, by the way.
Nice.
Just saying.
Yeah, well, cool. Well, welcome everybody. If this is new for you, we do these live streams once a month, and they are for you. They're for you. And my name is Mars. I'm a student success coach here at Animation Mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy right there is...
I'm Tim. I am also a student success coach here at Animation Mentor, or as it says below my name, Dream Analyst. So
Ooh, I like
feel
that.
free. I can analyze your dreams. I don't know.
What's the most common dream that you hear about?
Animating? I don't know.
There you go. And yeah, so if you are brand new to this, we're student success coaches, and we're here on our admissions team, and we do these live streams for you so that you can ask questions about what is Animation Mentor all about, and how lots of people don't know. So it's surprising to us because we've been around since 2005, but there are a lot of people out there that don't know who Animation Mentor is. They're like, "Are you an animator? What is this?"
Yeah.
Like, no, this is an online animation school specializing in 3D character animation for feature film, TV shows, video games, and we teach a lot of other things too. And this is a wonderful place to learn. One of the perks of attending Animation Mentors, you get to learn directly from industry pros that are working at Pixar, DreamWorks, Disney, Industrial Light and Magic, Sony, all of the awesome studios. I I had a student that I was talking to a couple of days ago, and he's like, "Have you ever seen Into the Spider-Verse?" And I was like, "As a matter of fact, I have. As a matter of fact, I saw it in the theater with this guy right here and a bunch of my colleagues back in. Can you believe it was 2018? Can you believe that?
Dude, that is crazy,
right?" And I was like, "Yes, I have definitely seen that movie." And he's like, and I told him, I was like, "Well, did you know that we had 42 graduates?
That's crazy."
And he was just, he was super excited after that.
Yeah.
And he was showing me some stop motion stuff that he did about Into the Spider-Verse. And I was like, well, did you know that you can actually study with some of the people that actually animated on that?
We got a lot of mentors that worked on that,
right?
That
Right.
are teaching for us. So that's
we're talking about Ari.
Yeah. Ari's Reel is amazing too. But yeah, Mars is right. I mean, we've been doing this a long time. Animation Mentor is, even before I got to Animation Mentor, I knew about Animation Mentor, and I was like, oh, what do they got going on over there? And it was neat because these aren't people teaching these classes that maybe used to work in the studio world.
Right.
These are people that are like currently working, and so in a lot of cases they'll they'll teach the class before they go into work at the studio that day, or maybe after they get home,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so, that's the cool thing about it, is you're getting current industry techniques every time you go to class. Small class sizes too, which is cool.
Yep.
Usually we're sitting at like 9-10 students per class, depending on the mentor, right? And what they're going to allow, in their class. And they range from animators to senior animators to animation supervisors to like a guy like Sean Sexton is, what is he? The Hoka, right? Head of character animation.
That's right.
At DreamWorks, right? So you get the final boss too.
Right.
We always joke about that, but that's, it's kind of a deal. So yeah, I mean, we do a little bit of everything here, from 3D character animation using Maya to game animation, which is also using Maya and Unreal, to storyboarding, to previs, to viz dev. Golly, what else are we doing here? We're doing creatures, right? Locomotion,
cartoony,
fight or flight, cartoony animation for 3D animators. I mean, we do a little bit of everything here, and the students' work is just killer, man. The stuff that they're coming out with. So yeah, you guys tuned into a pretty legit school. We have a lot of fun. Look, there's our showcase if you want to see a lot of the students' work too. It's crazy good.
Says coming tomorrow. I don't.
Well, it is too. It's not a lie. I mean, it's it is. It's coming today too, right? So it's here, right? But it's also coming tomorrow, right? It's future, so it's pretty accurate.
It's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah,
Look at that. It disappeared.
And we got a lot of stuff going on too. So dates are important to us for sure, and there's some that are coming up very, very soon. Specifically, February 16th, Monday. It's the start of all of our 6-week courses, including the all important Maya course that all of our super noob students need. They got to have Maya skills under their belt so that way they could dive into the 12-week character animation courses or game animation courses. But all of our 6-week courses are running 2D animation, previs, viz dev, all of these things. And so definitely check those courses out, because there's still room in these classes. So if you guys want to register and get started, man, why lag?
Yeah.
Right.
We love dates, by the way.
We do love dates.
Bacon wrapped.
Oh, bacon wrapped dates are so good. MetaJoule.
Those are the ones. So we've got a question here from Instagram. Trifonov7 asks, what makes a traditional animation stand out against the horde of generative animation? Great question. I think there's a certain nuance. There's this human element of animation that's been done by a human versus. I mean, I know the generative animation is getting better and better, but even like a year ago when you see a hand and it's got like 6 fingers or something like that, I can still tell that a computer generated it, and I know it's going to get better, but I think it's the human element, the artistic eye, that I don't think a computer is ever going to be able to achieve. I think AI is going to be great for new tools and things that we're going to be able to use as human animators, but I think a lot of that is the nuance of the human creativity that that really kind of separates it, and studios can tell. I mean, the pros know. They're going to know right off the bat if this is a human demo reel or if it's just an
I'm
AI
just going to
demo.
say it. I'm just going to say it. It is not respected in the industry.
It's true.
I mean, it's the truth. I mean, it can help people that are not artists to become artists, I guess, but it's not truly respected within the industry across the board.
Yeah.
So
and it's funny too.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, it's all good. Straight up, right? And it was funny because I got a message today on one of our platforms, and they asked, "What kind of animation do you guys teach? Old school
I saw that.
or AI?" Yeah. And I had to hold back a little bit because we're actually teaching artists to become animators. We're teaching an art form, not AI, prompt typists.
Yeah.
That's not art, and I think that's a big difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we do get a little bit of sensitive about that because we're an art school and we want to continue to teach humans to create art, and I think it's a beautiful thing. And I think the best way to kind of push back against that, and yes, sure, I mean, AI is going to have its place. It's not going anywhere. We know that for sure. But I think we really have to continue to push this art forward by actually doing it and
Yeah.
learning the craft.
Yeah. Like my guy Callum here, who drops in a comment in here. It's funny being a younger animator trying to figure out which uni and school to go to. He knew Animation Mentor was there, but never assumed it was a realistic option. Then after uni, when he did reach out, and here comes, and heard back from Tim. That's me, unless there's another one. It was amazing. Graduated in 2021 and been working in the industry since. Wouldn't be working today without Animation Mentor.
Boom.
Ha!
There's a real testimony. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
legit. That's not AI written. I don't think.
I'm gonna check it. Hold on.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure. What's up, Callum? Good to see you back.
So Aiden Hackman's got a question here on Instagram. I graduated from an animation course last year. An animation course, so that's interesting. Does Animation Mentor provide any other services that aren't starting from the basics? So, Aiden, do you know who that is by chance? Aiden
That
Hackman?
sounds really familiar.
The name sounds familiar to me too.
Yeah.
So, when you say graduated from an animation course, we do have a full 18-month program, and that's from beginning to end, from the basics all the way to advanced level. And the real purpose of those 18-month programs of the 3D character or game animation program are designed to prepare you for a job in the industry. And so I'm curious if you just took a single course from us, because technically you can't graduate from a single course. You do need to complete that full 18-month program. So yeah, we certainly do offer, very advanced level courses, but you do have to work your way up to those. You don't just go straight from basics into the advanced level courses. It's a step-by-step process.
Yeah.
But yes, we certainly do offer those.
Good call.
Cool,
And
cool.
Official J Animations. I want to learn 3D animation and 2D animation, but right now I mainly do stop motion. Hey, stop motion, claymation, all that stuff. It's a form, right? It's a form of animation. As long as you know the principles, you're gonna be fine. So you could do both. You could definitely go into 2D and 3D. Obviously, there's a lot more, hand to paper, digital paper, with 2D animation versus 3D. But yeah, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, especially since you're doing stop motion now. You're only going to increase your odds as far as for employability is concerned, because I'm assuming that is the overall goal, is to find yourself in the industry at some point doing animation, unless you just like doing it for a hobby, which is kind of cool too, right? Stop motion is pretty sweet. That's awesome. Time intensive. I don't think I have the patience for it, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, good for you.
And you know what? I might have misread Aiden's question.
I see that.
Yep. Thanks for the heads up. Look, see, this is why we've got a team of people here helping me. My view is a little bit skewed from how it normally is. But anyhow, Aiden, I'm just going to correct myself. You graduated from an animation course, not necessarily our animation course. So, yes, if you do have previous experience, we have something called advanced placement, and we do get a lot of students like that. So if you do have experience from a previous program and you want to take courses here and maybe not start from the very beginning, then the advanced placement program would be perfect for you, because what you can do is just submit your demo reel along with your application. We'll get that in front of one of our mentors. We'll review your work and then place you into the best course for your skill set. So sorry about that. I misread that.
Yep. That's cool. We do love advanced placement. Callum, does I have a little question? Is there any possibilities of a Blender crash course in the future? You never know. I mean, you know how we roll. We like to always introduce new courses, and if it seems to be something that's that's popular and kind of bubbles up to the top for people's interest, then you never know. We did a cool Maya course on our list of sort of webinars that we had in the past for people that are Blender users to transfer those skills into Maya, and that was kind of a free thing that we did that was pretty legit. It was pretty cool. So check that one out. But you never know, Callum. So you know how that works. So stay tuned. So we might bust something out.
And Mackay, he's like, "Hey, Mars and Tim. Hey,
Hey,
Mackay.
guy,
We
good
know
to
you."
hear from you. Yep, we do. We do. Um, Yeah, Jasil. Hey guys, let me know what Animation Mentor thinks about AI. That you must have jumped in a little bit late, on that one because AI, and then growing in our industry. As we had mentioned before, AI is there. It's not going anywhere. We're not intimidated by it, nor are we afraid of it. You're right. You just kind of have to figure out how to work with it, not against it. Right? It's
Yeah,
never going to take the job of animators. Studios that are in the industry understand the value of having an artist that can actually animate something that will make us cry and make us laugh and do all of those things. AI, it can't do those sort of things. And so, that's the one thing that the studios have come to realize. And there's many of them in the industry that just refuse to use AI unless it's doing things like, cataloging and mundane tasks that nobody wanted to do. So it does help speed up processes of movies because it allows them to spend more time being creative rather than going through all of this stuff that they're like, dude, we got to do all this stuff, right? To
yeah,
get to the end result. Now they're like, oh, give it to Chad, right? Chat GP, give it to AI, let them do all that kind of stuff. So
hmm
don't so much worry about that. Just you just kind of have to focus on what you're doing, right?
yeah. I'll give you another example too. So Logic 12 just came out, the music recording software, and they now have something called session players, and you can set the computer to create sort of a band behind whatever you've written. And
Mm,
yeah, so Logic now has these AI tools built in, and I'm a professional musician myself. I can tell you, I'm not going to be going to a venue or a recording studio and bring these,
yeah,
session players with me that are not human, and so it's a cool tool, and it might be nice for mock-ups if I'm like,
yeah.
putting something together for, for other people to hear, what it could sound like, excuse me, with a full band, but that's not going to replace the human players,
No.
you know.
Yeah. If I go to a concert and there's like 5 MacBook Pros on stage,
Okay,
is that
that's hilarious.
it?
Cool. We got a couple more questions. Trifonov 7 asks, I don't know if I'm saying that right. One more. Which stage regarding the creation of a whole animation film is most important? A storyboard with clear images or a good script in which to start those storyboards? Great question. I mean, I'm sure a lot of different people with different perspectives and experience would answer this question differently, but in my opinion, I think it's the animation. I mean, yeah, the 3D production pipeline is huge. Yeah, of course, you're not going to have great animation if you don't have a good story, and there's storyboards and creating the characters and making sure they're rigged right. But honestly, the animators are the ones that bring that story to life. So maybe the story, I think the story is animation is all about storytelling, right? We always say that. So I think the story is definitely most important. But when it comes to it, the animators or the actors are the ones bringing the characters to life. They're the ones telling the story. I think that's really huge. So I think, I mean, it's hard to pinpoint one that's going to be the most important. I think that's the thing about animation is that, you're creating something bigger than just yourself. Look at the credits at the end of an
Yeah.
animated film. It takes a team, a huge team of people to bring an idea from a story to a storyboard to 3D characters to rigging and animation and lighting and visual effects, all these different areas. So I think all of them, really do contribute. But I think one of the most fun parts for sure is the animation side of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Nan Pius 4619. I just graduated in digital design and animation, but I don't feel I've mastered everything yet. Animation is constant learning, right? If my level is still basic, can I apply to one of your courses? Most certainly. And so if you have some animation that you have done, 3D animation specifically, and you want to kind of see where we would place you based upon your skill level from that degree that you just picked up, I would apply for advanced placement. And so even if we do say, yeah, you're going to be approved to start off in class 1, the cool part about that is that you also will receive some awesome feedback from the mentor that reviews your reel. They'll be able to tell you what they saw on your reel that looked good, what areas that need help, how to fix some of those things, and why they have approved you to start off in whatever class that might be. So I would do that. It doesn't cost you any money to apply for advanced placement. Hopefully, after we get your review back and we reach out to you, it's Mars and I that reach out to you. to talk to you about where you're going to be placed, that we can help you get into class so you can kind of improve those skills. But that's what I would do at that point. But you are right. Animation is constant learning. And so you can't have a demo reel from years ago and expect to use it, today and go, okay, it didn't work then. It's not working now. What's going on? You have to constantly be changing and updating your work. And that's one of the cool things about being an animation mentor grad, or even just somebody that's taken a few classes with us. You can always go back into the student campus, post new work that you're working on, right? And say, hey, can you guys give me some feedback on what you see here? And you'll be able to do that for life and just kind of put your stuff out there and see what people come back with for comments, and maybe be able to fix some of those things.
Yeah. Or even help somebody else out. You might see something with your experience coming back and being a part of that community, and you're like, oh, look at this student's having an issue with the same thing I had back when I was a student, and so, that can be, it's very give and take there for sure in terms of feedback. ABBX Ali Zaidi is asking, I'm from India. Here we don't have much opportunity. I'm so confused. My family lost trust in me. Can you suggest my best country to shift, or any tip? I mainly use Maya 3D Substance Painter. Great question. I mean, we talk to students all the time, and, sometimes families are not always on board with what you want to do. And, that can be challenging for sure. And that's the cool thing about animation mentors. When you come here, it's almost like you immediately have your family, your animation family. You've got a whole community of artists here to support you and help you become a better animator. If you're looking for, countries to shift to, the thing is, I think probably some of the top countries for animation are clearly going to be the US, Canada, the UK, maybe even Australia, New Zealand. But I don't know. We talk to students in India all the time. I feel like there's a lot of industry growing there. So it's just a matter of having the skills. If you have been using Maya and 3D Substance Painter, that's great. But, it'd be interesting to see where your skills are actually at, because we're going to help you bring those up to a very, very high level here. That's where you can really start to see more opportunity. If you're just kind of getting started with Maya and you're like, oh, I can't find a job anywhere, take a look at our recent student showcase and say, is my work at this level? And if it's not, then there's probably more work to still, continue to do. And just like Tim was saying, it's not like you just learn everything and then you're done. We're talking to professionals that are currently working in the industry that are still updating their demo reels and doing new work and things like that too. So, it's definitely a lifelong process. But that's what I would encourage you to do is take a look at our student showcase and say, is my work at this level?
Yeah. And sometimes you do need people to tell you that, hey, you know what, your work maybe isn't as good as you thought it was, and you need a little help. It's not going to be that cut and dry. But in a roundabout sort of way, you do need that sometimes. And you're going to get positive feedback from the members, but that feedback could also be, around things like, hey, this is what I would do to fix these things.
Yeah, absolutely. You need that feedback. Feedback is a gift. And if you find somebody like you will here, that's taking the time to give you weekly feedback on your assignments to really truly help you grow as an artist, that's where you're going to see your animation getting to that next level. I wonder if you know who
I'm going to throw one out. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah,
go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to say from Instagram, Campos CAA says, "Hey Tim, hey Mars." Do you know who that would be? Campos sounds familiar.
Is that maybe Comparada?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe. Not sure.
I'm not sure.
But hello to you.
I was going to say, but hello to you too.
Yeah. This is a good one. Mako Taco. That's the name too, right? At Mako Taco. This is perfect. I have a question about demo reels. Say I really want to put a shot in, a shot with character acting in mind between two characters. What kind of element should I add to make the shot impress a recruiter? Let me tell you something on that. We just had, was that last week?
I think it was last week.
Last week we had an amazing, mind-blowing experience, I'm going to call it, with Sean Sexton, the Hoka, head of character animation for DreamWorks, who happens to teach for us. his whole webinar was all about demo reel, making a standout demo reel. You need to watch that, Mako Taco, because he talks to you about what you need to have in your reel, what you don't want to have in your reel. It might boil down to music. It boils down to which shot is first on your reel and why it should be first in your reel. Those kinds of things are massively important in there. This thing, I tell you what, it's an hour that you will be so grateful that you took out of your day to watch that particular thing, because it's really hard to do those kinds of things because you want to wow them. And when he shows you examples of reels that they knew immediately, that I mean, there was one in there where the guy was like, he didn't even put any of his animation in there. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was just like post like titles like animator, and he's like, I knew we were hiring this guy. They didn't even look at any of his animation, but because of the way he put the reel together, he's like, we got to see this dude for sure.
Nice.
So
you got to be unique. You got to surprise people.
You got to be unique. So I'm hoping that popped up there, that link for Mako Taco for those webinars, because that thing is abs. That's one of the best ones I think I've seen.
That's good.
Us put out. Super cool.
I had such a good time on that.
And it was free.
Right? I mean, with the head of character animation at DreamWorks?
Free. Yeah. We got another one coming up too, the acting one. Acting for animators.
Yep. That's
right. That one's coming up. That's from a Pixar guy that's not an animator that teaches acting.
He's like an acting coach, right?
Yeah, he's an acting coach that teaches animators how to act. And so that's going to be another one we've got coming up real quick.
Animators are actors.
Dude, we do some awesome stuff here.
Campos, CAA. It's Clara.
Oh, Clara Campos. What's up, Clara?
Yeah, now
I know Clara.
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Clarifying that. Yes.
Sorry.
Sackby is asking, will Blender become an industry standard software? Because the movie Flow has already won an Oscar by just using Blender. I'm mainly focusing on Blender. That's why I asked. It's a good question. I mean, it's kind of, we get it all the time. In my opinion, you should be able to animate in any software. It's not really about the software. Knowing how to animate in Blender is not going to make you a better animator, than animating in Maya or vice versa.
Yeah,
you got to learn the 12 principles, and not just learn them. You got to know how to implement the 12 principles of animation into your work. You got to have good timing, spacing, weight. You got to have good body mechanics, and what Tim was just talking about, all this acting. You got to learn how to act as an animator. You got to be able to convey emotion, dialogue between multiple characters, emotional changes, facial animation, lip syncing, all that stuff. It should be software agnostic. It shouldn't matter. And the industry standard is still Maya at this point. Will it change to Blender? Maybe one day, but what you're still going to have a graph editor. You're still going to have a timeline. You're still going to have to set keyframes. It's just a different format, so I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know if it's ever going to become an industry standard, maybe, but I don't think that's not as important. I think it's really more about learning the actual craft and skill of animating.
Yeah. Elias Crumbus, who's a student, watched that Sean Sexton thing. Sean, his talk was so good. I planned on a roadmap for my reel following his advice.
Nice.
It's vital, that you have that. And can you imagine having that guy as your mentor?
Right.
That's insane. Yeah.
And even just putting your demo reel together based off of that 1 hour free workshop, and somebody asks you, where did you get these tips from on your reel? You're like, oh, the head of character animation at DreamWorks.
Yeah. And some of the ideas seem just crazy, but animation is kind of crazy, and you want to wow them. You want to give them something to remember you by.
Yeah. A couple more comments here from Instagram. This user nothing asks, I have too many skills, but there are no hopes in animation. I need a good suggestion as a cliffhanger question. That's all it says.
Dot. Is there a dot?
There's no dot, an ellipsis, if you will.
Okay.
But one thing that stands out to me there is too many skills. My advice to students, I've been working with students for a long time now, both as, an elementary school teacher, as an academic advisor, and also as a college level music professor or instructor. Too many skills, I think you should go deep, not wide, and if you really want, I was actually just talking to another student about this morning. You got to narrow it down. If you're spreading, you can only do so much with the amount of time that you have. If you're trying to do too many different things, is any of those things really going to be up to this really high, level? You really got to figure out, if you've got all these different skills, finding the one that really makes you the most happy, that you really enjoy the most, and really taking that, the furthest, I think, is what you should do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Cool.
Elias, you're right. Elias, I'm praying to get him as my mentor, Sean Sexton, class 6, but I know his always his class fills up quick. Finger on the trigger. You better be ready.
Get it ready.
To click submit. Yeah. Here's one right here. Doom by Narrative. Does Animation Mentor offer scholarships regularly? I got one, but my PC does not match the hardware requirements, and I can't afford buying one in the meanwhile. Sadly, I can't use the scholarship now. Your best bet, when something like that, is you stay in touch with us. So, I mean, it's hard. Animation isn't one of those things that you can just use any old computer on, or a Chromebook or whatever. So you understand that. Keeping in touch with us is vital. So if you received some sort of a scholarship somehow, stay in touch with us, because at some point you're going to be able to get that machine that's going to work with it. And visiting with us on a regular basis, maybe we can go back into some stuff to go, oh, okay, we can look at dates to find out why you weren't able to start, and we'll work with you on stuff like that. We always have different ways that we can help students out, even if they're in a position to where, financially they can't do it, or maybe time-wise, or whatever it is. You got to talk with us, because Mars and I really helped so many students out, even in our winter term, get started with us that otherwise would have never been able to start school here. But they talked with us. We communicated. We met with them through Zoom. We talked with them over WhatsApp or by phone, and talked about personal things that we needed to know, so that we could kind of better equip ourselves to help them. And lo and behold, they were able to start school. Now they're getting ready to go into class 2. And so don't just say, oh, I can't do it, I can't afford it, there's this going on. Just let us know what's up and see if we can help you.
Yep. Cool. A couple more questions here, and I think we'll wrap up. It's been about 30 already.
Yeah, man.
So ABBX Ali Zaidi, one last question. Normally people create their portfolio on ArtStation. Is it okay to create a portfolio on a separate Instagram page rather than ArtStation? It's totally fine. What I've found, and what we prefer, is a single video link is really nice. Vimeo, YouTube, ArtStation is fine. Your own website is fine. Instagram, not as much, I feel like, unless you have your full demo reel there, because usually it's a lot of different images.
It's a pain.
Yeah, it is. So you want to have a single link that's not password protected, because sometimes we get Google Drive links. I don't recommend Google Drive.
No,
and I don't recommend Dropbox either.
No.
Those are not usually recommended. Even Cameron jumping in, for reals, recommended on any site that doesn't require a login or account to view. Exactly.
For real.
For real. Hilarious, Normac. But yes, keep it simple. You want people to be able to access it. Send it to your friend or family before you submit it somewhere, and make sure that it's accessible, so that
they don't want to download your stuff to watch it.
Yeah, don't send people an MP4. Yeah,
just download it. Trust me.
Yeah,
I've heard that before.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I have to update my iCloud now?
Right.
Well, thank you guys so much for being with us. Apologies again, we were a little bit late. That was my bad. But we're happy to be here with you. We're going to do this again next month, and we'll see you before then too, because we do have another workshop coming up later this month. And if you have additional questions that we didn't get to, email us. Admissions@animationmentor.com goes right to me and Tim. We're constantly responding to messages there. You can call us. We like to speak as well.
Sure
So
enough.
we're not afraid to jump on a call with you. You can call us at 877-326-4628. And most importantly, follow us on all the social media platforms, because you do get notified when we do go live. So that's pretty nice as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you had a good time. Tim, I hope you had a great time.
Oh, killed the game. Loved it.
Cool. We'll see you guys soon. All right.